Hello, fellow snappers. So, when you're just starting out on Marvel Snap, you have a lot ahead of you. The main goal, of course, is to have fun. But besides having fun, what you want to do is obtain cards. Because more cards does equal more fun, and it also gives you more options. And the way that you get more cards is by climbing the collection track here. But as you're climbing that unforgiving track, the game keeps throwing distractions at you. Variants, bundles, shiny new cards that look good but don't actually really help given your limited resources. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to cut straight through the FOMO, and we're going to show you how to stay focused, climb faster, and build smarter. So we're going to break down some deck construction that helps you maximize booster gains, because boosters will help you climb the track as well. We're also going to talk about how to create multiple win conditions without bloating your list, and why priority, flip order, and location control matter more than most players realize. I did not realize how important priority was until much later in the game. So after that, then we're going to take everything we talked about and we're going to build a full deck from scratch with whatever cards that I have, and we're going to explain it all as we go. Finally, we're going to jump into some gameplay and show some strategy in action, managing priority and navigating those tricky locations, and then squeezing out every cube we can to try to climb as high as we can. So as I'm recording this, it is the morning of the new season. Now the thing about your rank when you're this low is that it does not reset. So unless you get above rank 53, you're going to stay where you're at. So if you don't make it to 50 as you're playing, don't worry about the new season reset, because you don't lose any ranks. Now once you get past 50, you'll start losing ranks. When you get to infinite, you drop down to 75, and then it'll progress down from that way, but you don't have to worry about losing ranks. Okay, now as far as the track goes, it explains up here how to climb the track as you upgrade the cards. So if you're upgrading a card, say you have a bunch of credits and boosters, if you upgrade to infinity, you're going to go 10 steps up the track. Each step, every 2 steps, will get you a card pretty much, and then some boosters and credits. Now once you get to 500, then you'll start getting mystery boxes, or mystery caches as they call them. Once you get up to there, you can get anything in a mystery cache. You can get a title, avatar, gold, a variant, cards, credits, boosters, things like that. Anything can be in here. So, but you're pretty much guaranteed cards up to about rank 500, which is good because you're going to be needing those. All the cards that you're going to get from here are going to be series 3 or less. Once you, I don't know if it's possible to get just a full set of series 3 just through going up the track. It may be. It's been a while since I've climbed, so I'm not sure. We did not do any Grand Arena, so I didn't really have time to do it between this account and my other one. So I just, but things like this are good though. It does help you get resources. It's something different to do, free to play game mode. So always look into the limited time game modes if you like to play, and they're usually a lot of fun. So as far as the missions go, always try to do your missions if you can. Don't spend gold to refresh your missions. Just save your gold for later on down the line, unless you see something really cool. But when you're initially climbing, save your gold, and just make sure you're spending your credits. So we need to do that as well. Let's do some, we'll do some upgrading of cards here. So if you put this on upgradable, it should give you the card that has the most boosters with it. So we'll start upgrading some cards and climbing the ladder. And then after we do that, we're going to build a deck with some of the cards that we need boosters for. We got a couple cards here. Double Dinosaur is a great card, especially for early game. Korg, that's a decent card. And keep climbing with Hawkeye here because we have the most boosters for him. So this will take us up the track. Wolverine, good for destroy decks, which is very powerful in the early game. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur are a very good combination. Domino. Let's do this until we run out of credits. Another Scotty boosters, which is nice. Yes, we do have that card, Deathlock. We're getting some more destroy cards. Strong guy. Korg boosters, okay. So we're going to create a copy of this card with special mods to it. So it's going to show you what you're going to get at Mastery level 10. And sometimes it'll let you re-roll for gold. I would advise against doing that unless you're really into card splitting. So it tells you here on the thing, re-rolling finishes and flares. And you get a free re-roll with some of these. So, and then if you click on this link, it will take you to the website to explain more about card upgrades and infinity splits. So, but that's something for later. Alright. Now we got some mastery levels here, which will give you different backgrounds. You can go in and now customize the card. And they try to get you to buy borders. If you have any variants, you can plug that in and use that variant. This will let you, I always like legendary, and will let you put in some backgrounds like that, or I always like the copper metallic. So I'll save that. And we'll keep that. And then we will split. I think we have a couple credits left. We'll split Scarlet Witch here. Okay. And now you notice we can do multiple upgrades. We just click on the plus button that was over here. Right here. If you have enough, you can go all the way up to infinity, click it, and it will take you up 31 steps. So we'll do Angel here. Angel is good for destroy decks because he will fly out and replace a card that's been destroyed. Yondu, okay. Mary Poppins, y'all. Okay. So I think we pretty much have all the upgrades that we're going to get on this one. Okay, so what we can do is try to build a deck that will maximize our boosters. So these are the ones that have the most boosters. Now if we flip this, excuse me, it's going to show us the cards that have the least boosters that are upgradable. So we can start putting these into a deck to get boosters with them. And the good thing about this is usually you're going to be facing a lot of bots who are not the smartest. Sometimes they do cheat, but usually not the smartest. So what we can do is we will set it like this, and we're going to just create a deck that we need boosters for. So some of the newer cards we haven't got any boosters for. The Wolverine is good with destroy, as is Nova, because when he's destroyed he gives every other card +1 power. Let's see here, who else would be good? Okay, Carnage. We can get some of the destroy cards in here that we need boosters for. Let's see. Shocker, no abilities. Watu is good, and this will kind of help us as far as also talking about locations, because his ability is you can see all the unrevealed locations. which is nice. And then afterwards, you can eat him with Carnage or something like that and get some points. Let's see, who else? Got armor. That's an unexpected one for a destroy deck. Put in Mantis and do a little bit of excuse me, a little bit of deck stealing between Mantis and a White Queen. Make sure we don't have too many high cost cards. Swordmaster will discard an odd cost card from your hand. No, I don't like that. Let's see. Thing, we need some boosters for. We could put in Moon Girl and Devil Dino. Devil Dino as our one of our win conditions. Let's also put in Cable. Cable will steal a card. Okay, so some of our win conditions are going to be, we're going to destroy Wolverine a couple times if we can. Then get down Devil Dinosaur. And then try to get down Moon Girl to buff up the deck. So for this deck, Nova is a 1/1. When he's destroyed, he gives all your other cards +1 power. Uatu, we went over 1/2. You can see all the locations, which can be very helpful. Yandu 1/2 on reveal, banish the top card, or banish the card that costs the least in your opponent's deck. Then Mantis 1/3. They buffed her up a couple times, but she's still not very good. On reveal, if your opponent played any cards here this turn, copy one of them into your hand. Carnage on reveal, destroy your other cards here, +2 power for each card destroyed. So he could be potentially a 2/8 if you get him in a full lane. And Wolverine, every time he's destroyed, is a 2/3. When he's discarded or destroyed, you can regenerate this with +2 power at a random location. And then Cable is a 2/4. On reveal, draw a card from your opponent's deck. You can steal a card there. White Queen is a 3/5. She will show you a copy, actually copy the card that costs the most from your opponent's hand into your hand. So they'll tell you the highest card that's in their hand. So you get some intel as well as another card, which will help when you're trying to fuel up Devil Dino. And then Deathlock, on reveal, destroy your other cards here. He's a 3/6, which is a good stat line. Just have to make sure you don't really get rid of too much stuff. And then Moon Girl 4/5, copy your hand, so you'll get a full hand. The Thing 4/7, no powers, just its clobbering time. And then Devil Dino is a 5/4. He gets +2 power for each card in your hand. So if you have a full hand, you're gonna have 14 power. So that makes him a 5/18. I think if my math's right. So we'll go ahead and give this deck a little spin, get some boosters, and then as we go along, we'll talk about priority. We'll also talk about things like order. If you're watching someone play on YouTube or Twitch and they're putting cards down and someone says order, that means kind of watch how you're putting them down, because how you put them down is how they're going to flip, and the effects will go off in that order. So we'll leave Captain America and we'll get into our dolphin suit. Okay. And like I said, we're probably going to be playing a lot of bots. So we call this booster gold, because we're trying to get some boosters and we always like gold. So, and Booster Gold's one of my favorite DC Comics characters. So, all right, let's play, and we'll talk about, like I said, various facets of the game. Okay, so the Watcher is going to let us see all these areas here. So we're getting a free card there. Alright, so we don't want to play here because at the end of the turn, if there's more than one card here, they get destroyed. So we're going to set up for a Carnage lane. Okay. So eventually we're going to have to put something there so they don't get a free lane. We'll see what we get from them. We got Mr. Sinister. And who do we get? Okay, we got Bishop, which is a good card. So the thing is, the base may destroy this. And we get Red Wing. Okay. Interesting, but not really going to help us much. Because we don't really have anything that moves yet. Okay, so we're going to have to get rid of the rickety bridge. Okay, they got the marble. So it's basically going to come down to a tiebreaker, I think. Double Dino. Okay, so we got Wolverine. So what we can do, we'll put Wolverine here because if he gets killed, he may flip right back into there. And then we will shore up Devil Dino with Moon Girl. I'm not sure if this is a bot or not, to be honest with you. Collection level 89, okay. So we're gonna win the right. Enough said, Bob. Okay, we win both. Nice. Victory. And if we got Nova, we could have put Nova in there just for the buff. So when you're low collection level and some of the cards that you get, you're not going to have things to activate them. So you're going to want to make sure you are paying attention to your locations, because a lot of times your locations will help you out as well. Like if you have destroy, like something that you put in there and it destroys it, Wolverine's great for that because he just keeps getting powerful the more he's destroyed. Things like that, you just have to pay attention to your locations. Okay. And I have played a bit since the last video and got a few more cards on the track. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to check our locations after turn 4 of the winter here. So maybe we want to start building that up. Hala, okay. Midwest Mike, okay. We wanted to start building a Carnage lane so we can get maximum points here. I don't want to put Uatu there because that gives it away. And they got Angela, Colossus. Okay, it's probably a bot because I would have played Colossus middle because you can't really Let's see if we can get rid of their Ant-Man. Yeah. It's a bot. Okay. And they snapped, so we're gonna snap. Had extra energy. Okay. Got Devil Dino. Okay, so they're just gonna fill the right and the left. Okay, so if they put, they'll probably put onslaught here, double that to a 14. Let's see. We could just short up with this. Let's see, this is when someone says order, you want to make sure all your cards flip before the buff goes off. So we will go Angela. We might be overcompensating, but I don't think they're going to put on. Okay, they left. I figured they were going to put onslaught down there, which would buff all these cards as well as Hala. Okay. All right. And we're doing our missions. We're getting credits. So now we can go back on the track and start getting some more cards. Always check your location. A weird world I hate. Okay. So we can't play one cost here, so we want to do it now while we can. Okay. So we're going to get 2 of their cards next round.
This land can never be fully known.
Okay, so they have... Let's go Mr. Fantastic so we can get some priority. Colossus and Yondu. And it wouldn't be a video if my phone didn't go off. Okay. Alright, so let's go. Watcher. That way you give everybody a buff here. So even though we're only going up against bots, it's still good to get into practice as far as good habits for your gameplay. And we got 2 double dinos, okay. So this is their double dino. Oh no, that's the one from here, okay. Okay, so we pretty much got the left. So, again, it's a bot.
Avengers, assemble.
And you got Claw, Spectrum. Okay. Spectrum's a good early card too, because you're going to get a lot of ongoing cards that don't really mesh very well, but so we'll do another one and then we will spend some boosters or spend some credits and try to buff these up. Excuse me. Alright, so Rickety Bridge comes back, so we'll save Wolverine for that one. And the Dream Dimension stinks. So we're going to play Double Dino here in the Quantum Realm. because he is ongoing, so his power will buff up. Let's get rid of. Alright, so for turn 5. So they're snapping. So we'll get 2 double dinos. But we can't really play them. It's okay.
I'm about to juice this up.
Enough said, bub. Enough said, bub.
Okay, so that's a problem. So we can't play any double dinos because they cost 1 more. What we can do, play thing here, we'll play double dino here, and we'll play a watcher over here to at least not give them a free rickety bridge. So I don't know if this is a bot or not, but I don't know.
Enough said, bub.
Alright, so we will play Devil Dino there. Just in case they don't play anything here. It's probably a bot. We'll snap. Okay, they left. It was bot.
Victory.
Alright. So this is kind of an example of a booster deck, and I did a actual video on this one with some of my higher series cards that needed boosters, and it was a mess. I mean, the deck made no sense. We won a few games, but we got lucky. Okay, so we're getting, and we're opening our little treasure chest there. Okay, and we will go back into the collection here. All right, so now we can upgrade these cards. Okay, we didn't get any boosters for Wolverine. Actually, let's go into the track here. Didn't get any for Nova. Got some for Mantis, okay. So we'll upgrade Mantis. Nothing there. Carnage, we didn't get any boosters for. So we have some for Cable. Got 1 step up with Cable. And we're gonna get some more credits. White Queen, we did get some boosters for her. Let's see. We can upgrade her. Got up a couple steps. I always like the cards that let you. Doctor Strange is good. I always like the cards that let you kind of see what your opponent's playing. It'll give you some of their cards, like Cable, White Queen, things like that. We didn't get any boosters for him. We got some Moon Girl boosters. Apocalypse, which is pretty good for discard. He's a staple in discard decks later. Got some stuff for Thing, but we need more because we need 20 to buff him up. And nothing for Dino. Okay. So that's kind of an example of a deck you can put together with cards that you want to upgrade. So we'll save that deck for later. Let's put together a deck where we're going to have some different win conditions. Let's see. Also, don't sleep on the auto builder. The game has an auto builder where if you put a card in, Like say we just got Professor X a while back, so we can upgrade him too. We got Professor X, who, let's see, he's chained. Okay, so we're starting to get more move cards, which is good. Okay. I don't think we have very many credits left. Okay. That should be the rest of our credit. And we also got Spider-Woman. And that got us another card. Namor, +5 if he's the only card there. Alright. Which is good in a Spectrum deck. Okay, so say you want to do a Professor X deck and see what the game will give you. Just add the card, hit the plus, you're going to autofill. So what they'll do is, now this deck is going to have some move elements into it, as well as some lockdown. Because Professor X, he's ongoing, and the only way, once you play him, the only way into the lane is to move. So what a good strategy is to put Professor X on the left, and then Heimdall, who on reveal will move your other cards one location to the left. You have a bunch of cards swing into the Professor X lane. So, and then you also, we'll go over these cards. So this looks like a pretty good deck. So we will use this one just to kind of show. You can also have some win conditions with Jessica Jones and Iron Man to go tall if you need to in a lane. Multiple man, you can get him bounced around and have a bunch of multiple men all over the place. So we'll go over this deck here and give it a couple of plays to kind of show a deck with, you know, more than, you always want to have more than one win condition. So, okay. Let me see here. All right, so American Chavez is always good. 1/2. On reveal, get the top card of your deck a +3 power. Again, that's, like I said, always good for buffing. Because maybe if you get a buff Professor X, you don't have to support him as much. And Iron Fist is a 1/3 on reveal. After you play your next card, it'll move one location to the left, which is good for getting a card into a Professor X lane. And then Nightcrawler 1/3, you can move him once. He is good to get into Professor X lane as well. Forge 2/2 on reveal. Give the next card you play +2 power. Hulkbuster 2/3. You're just going to merge him with another card to go tall. Craven 2/3. When a card moves here, he'll get +2 power. Doctor Strange is 2/4. You're going to move your highest power card to that location, which is good for getting into like locations that destroy cards and things like that. Multiple Man 2/4. When this moves, add a copy to the old location. What was the little question mark there? Exact duplicate of the card, including permanent changes to it. So if you click over on these little question marks, it'll, you know, if you have any questions, it usually will answer those questions. Then Jessica Jones on reveal, she's a 4/5. If you don't play a card here next turn, it'll get +5 power. So she'll be a 4/10. And then Iron Man, we know 5/0, doubles the power at that location. Professor X 5/2. Like I said, ongoing, moving is the only way to add or remove a card from here. And then Heimdall 6/10. He will move all the cards over one location to the left. So, alright, we'll keep this. Stay in our dolphin suit. Okay. And we gotta give this deck a name. Not this deck, but the other deck. We will call this Move and Groove, just to be cheesy. Okay. Alright, we'll play a few games here. Alright, so we do have Professor X. So everyone's going to be playing into this lane, probably, unless they're... Unless they're... Yeah, so they have a move card as well, so... Alright. Yeah, we cannot get that energy for anything. Alright, we'll keep trying. So this is a bot, so if we get that energy, we're gonna play Professor X. Okay. We'll play him here. Alright, so we have that lane 1. And we're gonna snap back. We're gonna Jessica Jones. Actually, all right, so let's yeah, we'll Jessica Jones here and see what they play. Double Dino, okay. So now that we have Double Dino, you'll start seeing them a lot more. Alright, so all we have to do is really Iron Man here. We're not going to win middle. So we're going to win this lane. Yeah, they can have middle lane.
I am Iron Man.
Okay, so if this wasn't a bot, they would have played Claw here, and then they would have won that lane. That's the thing about Professor X, you just have to be careful of how you're playing him. Alright. Play one more game, try to get the 40. And then that will probably be it for this one. And we got a chapter completed. And like I said, today is new season day. We might be that. Okay. What can we get? Okay, so we'll get some boosters. We'll get some credits. Okay, like I said, this is the best deal if you're going to spend any money in the game. And then in your low level, they will give you like a price break on it. It looks like 25% off. Let's see. Do they show us what exactly is in here? So this is what the season pass encompasses. They have a super premium and they have premium. I always buy this one just because you get all kinds of cosmetic stuff. In this one, you also get Venus, which is cracked. This card is disgustingly cracked, but that's why it's in here. And then you also get all these variants, as well as gold and credits. And Jeff is a good card too. The Baby Dolphin. Elsa Bloodstone's always fun. So yeah, so if you're gonna spend any money at all, you know, if you have an extra $8 or whatever, I would definitely get that. Okay, so and then you want to always try to finish your chapters, because that's going to get you higher up on the season pass ladder. Because you can get stuff on here, just not everything, unless you buy the season pass. All right, so let's play one more game, see how we do. And just a thing to remember about Dexter. Is that the real Dexter? Probably not. Just one of the things you want to remember is that Oh, okay. Well, he'll still go off his ability. Okay, that's not good for us. Alright, so we're going to do that. Now we need to... He's going to get the Iron Fist effect. So we're going to have to be careful of Fisk Tower. So what I like to do is also, this is an example of using your location. So we're going to get 1 energy here. So now since we get that 1 energy, ooh, okay. We can't move anything. So we will move a multiple man in there and we're going to snap. So we didn't play anything there locked up. They do have some bishop value there. Don't think I want to play Doctor Strange because we had this lane 1. It'll pull. Okay. It would have pulled Jessica Jones. Then we'd have lost by 3. Alright, so that's the deck. Again, you always want to play to your resources as well. If you... because like I said, the main goal is to climb this track to get cards. And then the more cards you get, the more options you have, the more fun decks you can build. So concentrate on that in the very beginning. And mainly just have fun. That's what the game's all about. So don't get caught up in having the latest card or the latest bundle or the latest variant. Just go out there and have fun. So I'm going to call it for here. This has been a long one. So if you're still watching, I appreciate you tuning in. As always, have a good time and happy snapping.